As a photographer, I look back at a lot of the work that I've done in various projects and for different people, and a lot of it's dope. The work that I've done leading up to that project, my technical skills, and that's all the satisfaction for me. But sometimes I look back on the work itself and I feel like I haven't done enough work that personally resonates with me. And that's how I arrived at this lifelong project. And I am excited to share it with you.
One, two, get down. Get down. Two, one, two, get down.
What is the deal, beautiful people? My name is Ramon. Welcome to the channel. Here we talk about any and everything photography all day, every day. And I would love for you guys to subscribe and stick around, but let's get into the video. This is about documenting life. Like most of us, right? I've had some time to really reflect and contemplate what is happiness, what is success. And this is, I'm talking COVID-19, right? Living in New York City and being cooped up in an apartment. I had to put on mask and gloves to go check the mail or get some air. There really was a lot of reflecting that I've done on what my life is and where I am currently, and a lot of conversations to be had there. However, by and large, I am a huge fan of life. I really love the way everything around me unfolds, right? I feel like where we came from, where we grew up, I feel like I'm living a fairy tale. I'm really and truly happy. And reflecting back on that in a difficult time gives you some ammunition to want to do more. You want to appreciate the good things while they're happening, right? You don't want to only appreciate the good in the face of adversity or when things are bad. And that led me to my craft in photography, and really, how can I embody my desire to want to celebrate life on a daily basis using my photography, because that is also a great love of mine. And I arrived at this document life project. And the idea here is, as a photographer, I am very rarely in front of the camera. And I wanted to keep that intact, but I wanted to look back on this project and remember the life that I lived in that moment without me having to be in front of the camera or take a selfie, right? And really what I arrived at is just documenting just everyday life, just the things I do, the things my wife does, the things we interact with on a daily basis. And I felt like the 20 years from now, or the future me, is gonna look back on these photos and just be overcome with emotion and just be like, wow, I remember that, right? And just, I would love to, I envision showing this to my kids. We don't have kids now, but in the future we will. And I envision them, pulling up an old photo album or old thumb drive or whatever it is, or me sending them a link and saying, check out this picture, check out this album of images from 2020 when you and your mom and I were going through the whole COVID-19 shit, right? And the kids are just like, holy shit, this is crazy. Look how TVs look back then. Look at the furniture that mom and pops had back then. You know what I mean? Like I can see these things, and I don't want to miss out on that, because for me, my parents didn't have much of that. And what they did have to pass down to me, pictures I've seen. I've only seen one picture of my grandmother on my mom's side. I've only seen one picture of my grandfather on my dad's side, right? And I'm looking at this is all the pictures I have, and I'm just looking at them like, wow, I have to put myself in this frame of mind to reverse engineer and make up a story of who they were and how we got here. And I would like to provide more of a context for my future bloodline, right? And then even just for me and my wife to look back and be like, oh yeah, that shit sucked. I hated that thing. And we worked our asses off to replace that to make sure we got something that was better, right? Like all these things, I just wanted to do it. And I wanted to control the vibe. I didn't want to edit things. I didn't want to make things Instagram bangers. I just wanted things to be captured as is. And it was important for me to just use a camera. So I have a camera that's dedicated for this, and it just sits around the house. It's always charged. It's got plenty of space on the card. And if I see something, I'll grab it and take a shot. And it's something as granular as me having a cigar in the room, or me having the coffee laid out, or the wife's in the kitchen cooking, or she's in the dining room working because working from home is a thing. I'll come out and snap a picture of her, or we just sort of cleaned up the living room, vacuumed everything up nicely, placed the pillows on the couch and blah, blah, blah. Take a picture of that. Or we were Game of Thrones and the couch is all fucked up, right? There's glasses on the floor because we had a drink, we had some water, whatever. That's our living space. There's a picture. That was your mom and me just living and enjoying life. I think it's such a dope project for me, and I'm super happy. I've been at it for about 3 months now, and even now I look back on the pictures and they really do resonate with me. And I haven't showed my wife any of it yet. I want to get a full year in before I show them to her. But I think she would really, really love the project as well. I want to turn this over to you guys. Have you ever had that feeling of, you see a picture from the past and you yourself as a photographer felt like, man, you didn't do enough. You didn't capture enough of those moments. You didn't go deep enough, far enough, long enough. Have you ever had that feeling? What did you do to really address it? I'm curious. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I got plenty more content coming. You can find links to my social media, my portfolio, my Instagram account, Twitter, all that stuff's down below. Drop me a hi. I would love to interact with you guys. Before I leave you, I know a lot of you are wondering, what camera is he using? So I've decided to use my Sony NEX5T. It's a really dope camera. I've spoke a lot about it on the channel. It's just sitting around, so that's gonna be the everyday capture. Like I said, I wanted it to be a camera. It was important to me that it was a camera. The camera settings are all manual, everything except the focus. And I'm using a 28mm 2.8 lens, so I can get some decent images in low light in the apartment at night. And yeah, I mean, nothing super complex, nothing crazy. It's super small that it doesn't look out of place anywhere in the home. It's super easy to use, so the wife can actually pick it up and do what she needs to do. So yeah, purpose, love it. My name is Ramon. I'm out of here. Peace.
1, 2, get down.